Hello, YouTube. I just want to give more details about a very interesting story that I'm sure I mentioned in my previous videos about cryptids of the Far East. The remains of an unknown creature were found by servicemen of the Russian army on the coast of the Sakhalin Island in September of the year 2006. According to the structure of the skull, the beast somewhat resembled a crocodile, but the rest of the skeleton was completely unlike any reptile known to science. It also cannot be attributed to a fish in any way, and the locals to whom the soldiers showed the find could not identify any creature living in these waters. Looking at the remains that were washed ashore, the remains of the animal's tissues have been preserved, and judging by them, it was covered with wool. The corpse was quickly taken over by representatives of the special forces, meaning the FSB, of course, and its further study took place behind closed doors. Now, most experts are inclined to believe that these were the remains of some cetacean, according to some hypotheses, killer whales or beluga whales, but others object that the creature differs from both with its skeleton. As an alternative to the accepted point of view, one can name the opinion that the remains belong to a prehistoric animal which probably still survived in the depths of the world ocean. And you can see quite a lot about such animals or whatever there may be in my videos. Here are two interesting comments from the Russians that also observed this case, so to say, and published openly. The ocean depths have been studied, God willing, by 2 or 3%. Very often it throws out deep sea animals, but because of decompression, it is difficult to even identify them. They are torn apart in the muck. So anything is possible, and scientists also work for special services, and they give non-disclosure signed documents, especially in the field of virus research and genetic engineering. Now, here's the second opinion. Nothing covered with wool is found at depths. As for the study of specific species, well, from far away, the general trend and features of the inhabitants of the abyssal depths are well studied. At the present time, and 2006 is recent, the special services would definitely not study the corpse of an animal, but there were precedents in the USSR. The corpse of the same killer whale or land animal can be blown out of recognition by the ocean, especially for people far from biology. A lot of mysteries arise from such a combination of circumstances. Okay? I gave you two opinions. Now I'll tell you what I suspect the animal was. And you may agree or disagree, but I have to tell you. Paleontologists have found fossil evidence of various walking whales, semi-aquatic whales that show some early stages of the transition from land-dwelling ancestors to today's familiar, fully marine whales. One such walking whale is Ambulocetus natans, which lived about 49 million years ago in what is now northern Pakistan, in long-lost coastal shallow seas and brackish rivers. Although Ambulocetus was large, about 11 to 12 feet long, and had strong limbs, the animal probably could not walk well on land. After all, it had squat legs that splayed from its body, flipper-like hind feet, and it weighed about 400 pounds, 180 kilograms. On land, it probably waddled and pulled its body with its forelimbs, a bit like sea lions do. In the water, Ambulocetus swam like a sea otter, using its gigantic, probably webbed hind feet. Ambulocetus obviously had legs, and though it may not seem like it, all modern whales do too. The front legs of whales have evolved into flippers, and tiny, invisible from the outside remnants of hind legs, mostly the hips, remained in the skeleton of some whales, inherited from their land-dwelling ancestors. Ambulocetus had a narrow, streamlined body and a long, broad snout with eyes positioned at the very top of its head. Because of these features, it is hypothesized to have behaved much like a crocodile, wading near the water's surface to ambush large mammals, using its powerful jaws to clamp onto and drown or thrash prey. Additionally, its ears possessed similar traits to modern cetaceans, which are specialized for hearing and detecting certain frequencies underwater. Although it is unclear if Ambulocetus also used these specialized ears for hearing underwater, they may have instead been utilized for bone conduction on land, or perhaps served no function for early cetaceans. It is thought to have swam like a modern river otter, tucking its forelimbs while alternating its hind limbs for propulsion, as well as undulating the torso and tail. It may have had webbed feet and, unlike its modern relatives, lacked a tail fluke. On land, Ambulocetus may have walked much like a sea lion. See, Ambulocetus inhabited the Indian subcontinent during the Eocene. The area had a hot climate with tropical rainforests and coastal mangroves, and Ambulocetus may have predominantly inhabited brackish areas such as river mouths. It lived alongside requiem sharks, catfish, and various other fishes, turtles, crocodiles, the amphibious hoofed mammal, and fellow cetaceans. So maybe the walking whale is not really extinct and learned to grow wool on its body because the waters by Sakhalin are not tropical. For the passionate researchers of cryptozoology, the address of the Sakhalin FSB office is as follows: Sakhalinskaya улица 42, Южно-Сахалинск, Sakhalin Oblast, Russia, 693001. But I do not believe they will respond to your inquiries, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll bring you more interesting stories about cryptozoology of Eurasia, of Russia, of Ukraine, Belarus, and so forth. And you can find quite a lot in my channel. Look in the playlists. It's better than me just attaching right now many playlists. Just look on, you will find quite a lot. 6 years worth of research put on into videos and uploaded, and of course decades of other type of research. And if you can support my research, please do so through the links you will find in description to this video. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your attention to my work.